What's going on, everybody? Scott here, and it's been a while since I've done a good, the bad, and the ugly video game review, but I definitely wanted to talk about Sairento VR. Now, it's a new game that came out from Mixed Realms, and it's actually been in early access for like a year, a little over a year, and I've heard nothing but good things about this game. So when I saw that it was available for review on the marketing firm I use, I put in a request, I got the key, and unfortunately I was only able to play for a couple hours before the launch of the game. I wanted to get this review out just in case you were on the fence. I was having some issues with my Vive. Apparently NVIDIA drivers broke everybody's Vives. By the time I figured out how to fix it, I pretty much had like a day and a half to play. So I got up to chapter 6 in the single player campaign. It's all I've played, so all of my thoughts in this video strictly on the single player. There's also a multiplayer mode and I believe personal challenges mode. Now, to give you a little idea about me and my love for ninjas, let me take you back to little Scott. I was probably 5 or 6. And, you know, most kids, they want to be astronauts or firefighters or something. I wanted to be a ninja. I'm not even joking, I'm being 110% honest. It mostly goes back to these two guys, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Big influences as an early child, and it set me on a path of loving ninja-related stuff. Movies, video games. If there was a ninja in it, I was watching it. I even sat through however many American Ninja movies there were, and you know, Michael Dudikoff was great and all, but American Ninja movies were crap. We all know it. So the fact that I get to play as a CyberNinja in futuristic Japan made me super excited. And as with every good, bad, and ugly review that I do, it is 100% spoiler free. I just give you my thoughts on the game, what I've played so far. Don't try to, you know, throw out a score or anything like that. Just giving my thoughts in case you're on the fence and you want a second opinion on it. So, like I said, I only got up to chapter 6, I believe, in the single player mode. So that is all I will be talking about. So let's get right into it as far as the good. There's so much good in this game. It's such a great game. You're basically a cyber ninja in futuristic Japan, and the very beginning there is a catastrophe and it kind of throws you into action. That's not a spoiler because I didn't tell you what kind of catastrophe. You're thrown into action and you basically traverse these levels after doing a tutorial, learning how to like jump, use your weapons and everything like that, and you're thrown against all these bad guys. Now, the level design is gorgeous, the graphics look great for a VR game, and the locomotion, it's a locomotion game. Usually I'm not a huge fan, but the locomotion in this game is so tight. Now you can wall run, you can do like double jumps, stuff like that. Even when you're in the middle of a fight, you'll notice at some point in this footage in the background, you'll see me just like going crazy. I'm surrounded by enemies, and you can actually teleport over to like a different area, turn around, and I was lucky, I just moved and our furniture hasn't arrived yet. So I probably had the biggest Vive playing space that I've been able to use so far. And you can see in the video, I'm just like running all over. I'm not worried about hitting walls or anything like that. And it's quite a rush playing this game in a wide open space, especially when you're used to playing in the standing room only. So I'm going all over. You have basically 2 swords, 2 pistols, and then like a micro Uzi. For whatever reason, the micro Uzi, you have to like grab your junk area to grab. I couldn't find it a couple times. I kept trying to reach for it at my sides. It wasn't there. You gotta grab for your junk. But the very beginning, when you're doing, like even before the tutorial, you do a calibration and you actually set your height and your bending distance and stuff like that, and then you calibrate where your hips are. So you actually go down and grab your pistols off your hips by gripping your Vive controllers. And same thing with the swords. Swords are on your shoulders. You go up, you pull them off, and then you can either use like a pistol and a sword, which is what I did most of the time, 2 swords, 2 pistols, and apparently in the game there's a customization. I didn't mess with it too much. Like I said, I only got to play a little bit, but for every level you earn skill points and you can level up your gear or buy new skills, like you live longer. Anything you see in the background too was set on novice because it was rough. I tried to play a couple times on even just the regular setting and I died really fast. So just for transparency, it's on the lowest setting. It's pretty hard to do, especially for someone like me who I'm kind of uncoordinated. So, you know, I would try to teleport and I would go in a complete opposite direction. No fault to the game, just a fault to me. And there's also a slow motion setting where you touch the menu button on your Vive and everything just goes in slow motion. So you can shoot or stab, whatever. For the life of me, you'll notice maybe in the footage, depends if it makes it in there, but one button is slow-mo, one menu button is your actual, like your mission. You can click it and find out like how many people are still alive that you have to kill and stuff like that, but I just kept hitting the wrong button. So also on top of calibration, tons of settings. You can set it up where, you know, there are no view models. You don't see the ninja's arms, it's just your guns, which is pretty cool. In the video, I put it so that you can see the arms. There's also apparently a third-person recording function in there where you can record your gameplay internally and it's all in the third person, so it's actually showing the ninja girl that you play as. I didn't mess with that at all, and since I only got to play the game a couple hours before I wanted to get this up, I more than likely will be making a video down the road once I finish it. From what I understand, which is definitely another plus in the good section, is the game is very long. Not to mention, the more you play, the more skills you can unlock. So there's actually a skill curve. Not to mention, I believe there are 5 different settings as far as how hard it gets, which is always good. And most Vive games, you know, they're like 2 or 3 hours. Apparently this one is long. So do expect a video down the road. And I only played single player. There's also a multiplayer and like personal challenges. Alright, so those are good. The graphics are amazing. Teleportation's amazing. And I like to compare, this is bad, but I compare most shooter VR games to raw data. Raw data, as far as I'm concerned, is the pinnacle of shooting VR games. Not to say that it doesn't have its issues. It's basically like a wave shooter, which I'm not a huge fan of wave shooters. And even though Sairento is it's kind of a wave shooter, it does change up the villains a little bit. And not to mention, it's a lot more wide. Like I always feel in raw data that, you know, everything's kind of right there. It's easy to get bum rushed and you kind of have to like shoot your way out, literally. Sairento, you can do stealth to sneak up on people. As far as the locomotion goes, when you're doing the wall jumps and everything, you can jump high off of a wall and then in your Vive controller down, jump right next to somebody and just stab them or shoot them, or, you know, you'll see in the video, it's horrible, but I'm just basically waving my sword around, like cutting people, and it's so good. I can't even, it was so much fun. Alright, another good thing is, for a person not in the best physical shape, I don't get to the gym too often, after like an hour, that's why I only got to play an hour at a time, because after like an hour I was sweating my butt off. Face was red, and it was fun. It wasn't like I wasn't losing my breath or anything. It was like a workout, which any game in Vive that can make you feel like you've worked out is awesome as far as I'm concerned. I honestly like can't say enough good stuff about this game, and I haven't even explored it fully. As far as the story goes, I'm still so early. It's okay. I'm intrigued. I kind of want to know what's going to happen next, but I'm not like, oh my god, like I'm not at the edge of my seat. So that I can't even put that in a bad category because I haven't completed the story yet. The only thing I can really say as far as the bad category is the villains, okay? You have some really cool villains like Geisha Woman and the charging piston Honda sumo wrestler that goes all over. Like, there's some really cool villains, and it could very well change the later I play with more introduced, but it seems like it's the same ones over and over, and they kind of do the same stuff. The shooter guys, they just stand there and they shoot you. So you teleport next to them and you stab them. And you can parry in this game. I still don't know how to parry. You'll see in some footage where the giant blue samurai keeps shooting stuff at me and I just get hit. Luckily I was playing in the novice mode, so I wouldn't die. There were times when I was just completely surrounded and I would lose my composure. And if I wasn't playing in Novice, I would have been dead. Red Samurai, they're all pretty easy. It could have very well been just because I was in easy mode. But the only thing that I really like, the villains. If I have to say something that's bad, that's it. Out of the like 2.5 hours I played, that was the only minor complaint. And it's not even a complaint because they're still cool looking characters. It's just, it seems like it's the same stuff over and over. And then as far as ugly goes, there's really nothing ugly about this game. The only thing I would say that's ugly is me after playing for an hour at a time, because I'm drenched in sweat and it's just not a pretty sight. Literally ugly. So I don't know, that's it. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. It is a great game. It passes the raw data test. It might actually even, I might have to start doing the Sairento VR test now whenever I play a VR game, a VR shooter, because it's, I like actually want to go play more. And I don't know, I will. I'll play more and I'll put up another video. But I just wanted to get this out there in case somebody was on the fence. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Sweet.